So let's think about your own physical resilience story, your recovery story. Why don't you take a minute and think of a time when you had to adjust or maybe recover. So this could be things like maybe it was COVID, maybe it was a cancer battle, a car accident, a stroke, a heart issue, maybe a big surgery. Either way, your body was injured or ill, and you had to either recover or adjust or both. Maybe you're currently recovering or adjusting. Now, see if any of these following questions maybe help to focus you right now on your physical resilience, right? So, how long did your recovery take? How long did the adjustment take, would you say, or is it taking? What were the low points? There's always low points. Did you feel at any point like you were giving up, right? Do you feel like that from time to time now? And this is a key question. What helped at those points, right? How did you actively cope during the low points? What got you through, or what's getting you through right now? Now here's another one. When did you notice that you were beginning to kind of come to terms with this, with the results of this illness or the consequences, or when you were coming to terms with the recovery process? Maybe it was going kind of slow. What types of changes did you maybe have to make? Maybe you had to adjust things around the house or your diet, things like that. Did you have to learn to do anything different? Did you have to make a lifestyle change? Now, were there any particular changes that you found the hardest, that maybe you railed against a little bit? Here's an important question, often not thought about. At any point, did you perhaps feel exposed in the illness or exposed in the recovery, like people could see you vulnerable or see you not able to do things or see you struggling, and you preferred that they couldn't, and maybe that was hard for you, but maybe there wasn't much you could do about it? That can be good for us, actually. Now, when did you ask for help and who did you ask? Because there's no way you got through without any help. And did you find that easy or was that hard? And do you maybe need to get better at that, right? We do typically need more help when we're ill or recovering. Here's another one. Were there times when you maybe felt uncertain? And how did you manage uncertainty? And that's a big one because this is one of the hardest ones, I think, for people. So things like not knowing what an outcome is going to be, checkups, tests, right? Sometimes not even knowing what the real problem is, waiting for an accurate diagnosis, right? And having to maybe put a lot of parts of your life on hold for a while. That can be really hard. And how'd you get through that? Now, do you ever remember when you were ill or recovering, having a specific goal or milestone for yourself? Or maybe a series of small little wins that helps you to persevere, right? So like for that man that I spoke about, actually getting ahead and walking with the cane was a really big one for him. That was a milestone. That's when things kind of changed a lot for him. Another important question, how did you maintain your sense of humor? Hopefully you did. Who did you laugh with? What did you laugh about? There are funny points even in recovery. Now, was there anything that you were just determined to do? Maybe the thought of this kind of kept you focused, something little or something big. Again, for this man that I had worked with, something he was really focused on was being able to take out his own garbage. That was a goal he had set for himself. Sounds small, it was huge for him. Okay. And if you're pulling all that together, what did you learn from the experience of being ill? What did you have to get better at, right? Did you have to get better at patience, perspective, listening to your body, managing your emotions? There's all kinds of things where we sort of build grit from illness. Was there anything that became more important to you after recovering or adjusting? Any values, any relationships, any goals, right? Anything or anyone you felt grateful for along the way? We typically experience gratitude when we start to get better. All right, those answers, they're like the guts of your physical resilience story. And if you're contending with illness right now, some of that might help to get yourself back, keep yourself going, and staying focused on maintaining as much physical health as you can.